Trump's supporters are united for victory in the next election. Thomas Edsall's article is noteworthy for delving deeper than typical mainstream media coverage, which often focuses on the immediate competition between Trump and Biden and Trump's controversial behaviors. Instead, Edsall highlights a comprehensive effort by over 100 conservative tax-exempt groups that are rallying behind Trump and his MAGA platform, creating a formidable political entity valued at over $2 billion. These groups are actively preparing for the post-election landscape, including setting a policy agenda, identifying potential candidates for appointments, and supporting Trump's ongoing legal challenges. Operating largely out of the public eye, these nonprofits work in a manner distinct from traditional political groups. They keep their funding sources private and are only required to disclose limited spending details, much of which might not become public until after the 2024 elections. Edsall provides a comprehensive overview of the conservative groups working together, detailing their use of the tax code to discreetly funnel large sums of money. He sheds light on the involvement of influential conservative donors and their radical objectives. The article is detailed and filled with numerous links, making it a valuable resource to save for future reference. In his conclusion, Edsall paints a stark picture of their goals, citing Paul Dawn, the executive director of Project 2025, who underscores the critical nature of the current political climate. Unlike the optimism of 1980, Dawn describes 2024 as a pivotal, almost doomsday scenario for the United States, where cultural Marxism has infiltrated institutions and the federal government. Seen as bloated and antagonistic towards conservative Americans and their values, poses a threat to freedom and liberty. Dawn calls for a united front among conservative groups to revert the country back to its foundational principles, emphasizing the urgency and singular opportunity the 2025 transition presents to correct course. This time, the conservative factions intend to closely monitor and influence the actions of a potential new Trump administration, ensuring there is no deviation from their agenda. Many voters may not fully understand that this level of control and oversight is part of what they're endorsing by supporting Trump. There are, however, some supporters who find this prospect appealing, despite the considerable arrogance it reveals among these conservative groups. They believe they can steer Trump, known for his unpredictability, towards their goals, a notion that seems overly optimistic given past experiences, such as the outcomes of the Project for a New American Century in Iraq. This reflects a significant underestimation of the challenges involved in exerting influence over Trump's governance style. This article has two main concerns. 1. There's a notable hesitation among mainstream media, including the New York Times, to label the current political developments as fascism. Given Trump's actions and statements that closely echo those of Adolf Hitler, prioritizing politeness seems misplaced. 2. The placement of this content in the opinion section is misleading. The information provided isn't merely an expression of opinion, but a presentation of factual reporting, identifying key players, outlining their statements and intentions, detailing their plans, and specifying their timelines. This content deserves prominent placement, such as the front page, to highlight its significance and prompt further in-depth analysis. Additionally, an editorial by Chris Quinn from Cleveland.com underscores a related issue. While coverage of Trump may displease some readers, reporting must remain focused on factual accuracy, underscoring that there's no alternative perspective to the truth. This editorial is recommended as essential reading. Our guiding principle is to prioritize the truth, even if it displeases some of our audience. Donald Trump's actions challenge the integrity of our electoral system with unfounded claims to hold on to the presidency, igniting an attempt to subvert our government to maintain his authority, a feat unparalleled by any previous president. This assessment is based on objective reality, witnessed by many. Despite efforts by some leaders to distort these events, the evidence remains undeniable. Consider a hypothetical situation where, despite clear evidence, leaders falsely claim a well-documented bridge collapse never occurred. Would their assertions override the reality witnessed by your own eyes? Similarly, Trump's actions on January 6 represented the most significant challenge to our democratic framework since the Civil War, a reality that is irrefutable and witnessed by millions. As journalists, we are committed to presenting undeniable facts, regardless of the controversy it may stir among some readers. The truth does not have alternate versions. For instance, claims of the Earth being flat find no place in our reporting. If acknowledging such realities offends some, we accept that consequence.